I had said, I wonder who they're going to get to do Skeletor, and I said that they have to do this right. And oh boy did they. They got Mark Hamill. Hamill himself, the best Joker to play Skeletor. I am totally fangirling over this because I don't think they could have done better. Seriously, go back, listen to the Joker's laugh, and tell me that won't work for Skeletor. All he's got to do is change his voice a little bit. At least in my opinion. Netflix, Masters of the Universe, animated show cast Mark Hamill and more. Netflix announces the voice cast of Kevin Smith's animated Masters of the Universe series, with Mark Hamill voicing the villain Skeletor. Of all the things I've read, this is the most hyped thing I've read so far. Nothing has sealed the deal for me that I am definitely tuning in. I'm going to binge watch the hell out of this show. This article was written by Randy Schaefer, February 15th, 2020. Netflix has announced the voice cast for Kevin Smith's animated Masters of the Universe series, with Mark Hamill voicing the villainous Skeletor. The streaming service is already in the animated He-Man business thanks to its acclaimed She-Ra and the Princesses of Power show, which premiered its 4th season last fall. They're now in the process of reviving the original He-Man TV series with Masters of the Universe Revelation, a continuation of the 80s fantasy adventure cartoon Masters of the Universe. Silent Bob himself, Kevin Smith, will serve as both showrunner and an executive producer on the sequel series. So you gotta remember that. There's 2 different series coming out. There's Revelation, which is a continuation of the 80s cartoon that people like me grew up and loved. And they're also coming out with a new one that we don't know much about yet. We don't know if it's going to be aimed at children or what it's going to be about. It looks like it's going to be a CGI animated show, which is fine. Netflix seems to do well with those. We'll just have to see how it turns out. With reports of Netflix entering talks to acquire Sony's long-delayed Masters of the Universe live-action film reboot, the streamer could soon become the go-to source for all things He-Man. I know that there's a lot of hope behind that, but this is all speculation. I don't have any inside knowledge. I just don't know if a company would want to triple down on something that they don't even know if it's going to be a success yet. There's a lot of hype behind this, but it could crash and fail. We don't know. I wouldn't get my hopes up for a He-Man movie just yet. And look at that. She-Ra showrunner wants Christmas special with Kevin Smith's Masters of the Universe. I think I would be into it if we were talking about the 80s She-Ra. Mattel Television and Netflix have now announced the full cast of Masters of the Universe Revelation, with Hamill voicing Skeletor, and Chris Wood lending his vocals to Prince Adam and He-Man. I'll be honest, I don't know much about Chris Wood. I'll just have to look into his other works. However, I'm very excited to see that Lena Headey will be playing Evil Lynn. Anybody who's watched my videos knows how I feel about Evil Lynn. I'm just going to say, I'll allow it. I'll approve it. In fact, if there is a He-Man live-action movie, I hope she plays her. Sarah Michelle Gellar as Teela. Buffy herself is playing Teela. Played a awesome hand-to-hand fighter in television, playing one in a cartoon. I think it's a great idea. I think she could pull it off. I can't wait to see it. Griffin Newman as Orko. Liam Cunningham as Man-at-Arms. Stephen Root as Cringer. I bet that would be a fun role to play. Tiffany Smith as Andra. I'm not sure who that is. But everybody knows who Henry Rollins is, and he will be playing Triclops. And this is just cute. Alan Oppenheimer as Mossman. For those who don't know, Alan Oppenheimer is the original Skeletor. I think it's really great of Kevin. This seems like a Kevin thing to do, to bring him back to play a role in this show. Another great move, Susan Eisenberg as the Sorceress. She played Wonder Woman. She is, at this point, probably the most iconic voice of Wonder Woman. If you don't know her voice, watch Justice League or play the Injustice series. Alicia Silverstone as Queen Marlena. Where has she been? She was like the hot chick whenever I was growing up. It's nice to see her come back. Justin Long as Roboto. Justin Long, I guess he is famous now for playing Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks. He's also in Jeepers Creepers, if you want to put a face with the name. And in another cute move, Jason Mewes as Stinkor. you know that's an inside joke between Kevin Smith and him. Jason Mewes plays as Jay in Jay and Silent Bob. Phil Lamar as Hero. I don't know much about Hero. I guess he's supposed to be like a prehistoric He-Man. However, Phil Lamar as a voice actor anymore is almost legendary. He's in almost everything. However, if you want to get a voice with the name, he played Aquaman in Injustice, and it was a really good job. Tony Todd as Scareglow, Cree Summer as Priestess, Kevin Michael Richardson as Beastman, and I'm sure that this was no coincidence, Kevin Conroy, the Batman, as Merman, and listed right next to him is Harley Quinn Smith, who will be playing Eilena. That's really cute of him to give his daughter a role, and also, come on, putting Harley Quinn right next to Batman. Well, that's not Kevin, that's the writer. I'll give you props. Kevin Smith released this statement. I cannot believe the lineup of talent I get to play with. The incredible star-studded cast of Mattel's Rob David and Netflix's Ted Biaselli assembled for our Masters of the Universe series will let any lifelong He-Man fan know we're treating this cartoon seriously and honoring the legend of the world of Eternia with A-list talent. Fuck, that's a long sentence. Chris, Sarah, Mark, Lena, and the other amazing actors and actresses have given performances so powerful and real in a show that features a talking giant green tiger. With these fantastic performers behind our characters, it'll be crazy easy to immerse yourself in the swords and sorcery of our epic sci-fi soap opera. Between the great voice cast and Smith's involvement, Revelation has the makings of a promising return to the animated He-Man verse. The geek-filled filmmaker is a relative newcomer to the world of animation, but should be well served by his time writing about superheroes in comic book form, including his famous Guardian Devil, Daredevil miniseries. The show will also have the benefits of visuals provided by Powerhouse Animation, the studio behind Netflix's well-received Castlevania series. And though it will start out focusing on the unresolved story threads from the original Masters of the Universe, Revelation might well prove to be an effective gateway drug to those unfamiliar with He-Man, Skeletor, and the other residents of Eternia. And sadly, the article closes yet again with announcing that there is no release date. However, we all await it, I'm sure, but I, for one, am willing to wait. I am willing to wait for something that's going to be quality. And with this cast, I don't see how it couldn't be quality. This is going to be good. For those of you who made it this far, thank you very much for listening to my thoughts. I enjoy doing these videos, and whenever I get likes or comments, it encourages me to do more. You can also follow me over on my Twitter. I'm easily found by just Heretic Prince. And also, you can hang out with me on Twitch. twitch.tv/hereticprince. All one word. Yeah, sometimes I play stupid games over there. Usually games I'm absolutely horrible at, and you can just laugh at me while I fail horribly. But anyway, once again, thanks for listening. Good night.